Hello everyone, welcome to our business page. My name is Kelly G and I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International. So earlier in the week I posted a link about this, so really I'm just here tonight to show you how to create the perfect base. I know a lot of people want to know how to do this, and I am actually from a makeup background. So I've had many years experience in the industry, worked from a lot of brands as well, different brands. So it's fair to say I've tried a lot of products out there. So tonight I just want to really go through my daily routine that I do, but I'm only going to finish with the base. There is going to be more live tutorials on contouring and smoky eyes and things like that. So they will be added later on. So Facebook Live is a bit new to me at the moment, so bear with me if I'm going slow or anything, but if you do have any questions as well, please ask away. I'll try and kind of watch the screen as I'm doing the tutorial as well. So first of all, I'm really going to start from the beginning, so I'm going to start with the skincare. Now for me, I'm very passionate about this bit because to me, if your skincare is not correct, the makeup application will not work. Your skin has to be right to begin with before you can even start onto makeup. From having, been on beauty counters in the past and having that experience, I know a lot of people just want to go straight in and go for the makeup and the foundation and things like that because that's what they can physically see. But in my personal recommendation would be always start with the skincare. Your skin needs to be right before you apply the foundation and so on. So what I do on a daily basis, I'm going to go through with you now. So generally I would cleanse my face morning and night anyway. So I'd use a creamy cleanser. This one is a hydrating one. I've got a normal to dry skin. So I use a nice creamy hydrating cleanser to remove makeup at night, so that this one removes my eye makeup and everything, and then I use it in the morning as well just to have a wash with. So then what I would do is use a nice day cream. So with your day cream you want to make sure it's got an SPF in as well. So always having, to be honest I know it's not sunny out here, but you'd always want to have an SPF in your cream just because of those rays that do come through. So just dot a little bit of your moisturiser on. Again with these products they're very pure and natural, so you really don't need a lot. So one pump there and you just spread it evenly over. So, can you believe I'm actually going live with no makeup on as well? This is hideous, but hopefully it'll be worth it for you guys. So that is my moisturiser all rubbed in. So again, yeah, that's just a nice hydrating lotion. Feels so nice and light and refreshing on the skin as well. Now, the second product I'd use is an eye cream. This one is an RE9 anti-aging because actually we get mature skin at 25, can you believe it? Which is scary in itself. I've started using an eye cream since I was 19, so hopefully I'm going to be alright, let's hope. So with an eye cream, now many people I know don't use an eye cream. For me it's one of the most important products. The skin around your eyes is actually 7 to 11 times thinner than anywhere else on your face. So you need to be using an eye cream because it's got smaller particles in to be absorbed. So for example, if you just used your face cream around your eye area, the particles in a face cream are actually too large to be absorbed. So it can cause puffiness. And the bagginess can actually be caused from a too rich face cream rather than using a separate eye cream. So for anyone that thinks eye cream's a con, it's really not. It's the most important cream in my eyes. Again, very small amount here. So again, it was actually half a pump there, and I just split between your ring fingers, and again, just dotted all the way underneath, right up to your lash line. And this really just helps to prevent any fine lines and wrinkles. I love this one especially because it helps to depuff in the morning. I now have a 6-month-old baby, so that is really quite important because I'm up all night. So, it also helps with darkness as well. Again, great for any new mums. So that's all rubbed in. Now, so that's all I do skincare wise. So the next product I'd use is the makeup primer. Now, makeup primers, well, the purpose of a makeup primer is to prepare your skin for makeup, obviously. So when you think of anything, you prime anything, you prime the walls, you prime your nails, it gives everything a better finish. So the same with a foundation, if you prime your skin first, your foundation will go on more flawlessly. So I'm going to pop this on first. This will give you more staying power as well. Again, that's the second purpose of the primer. So pop that all over. This one as well, you can pop over your lips, pop over your eyelids as well. It primes everything. And it really does feel like silk, this one. I absolutely love it. I've tried so many primers out there, and this is my favourite. So that is that done. The other thing that I just want to mention about the skincare and the products that I'm using tonight is that they contain no mineral oil. Now, again, from a girl that came from a beauty background, I thought I knew all there was to know about products. Now, I didn't know what mineral oil was. So I'm just going to quickly tell you about that. Mineral oil is actually a byproduct of the petrochemical industry. Now, products on the high street contain a lot of mineral oil as they use it as a bulking agent. So again, they make more profit. It bulks out the product. About 97% on average is a bulking agent such as mineral oil. Now, mineral oil, what it does, it creates a film on your skin, so it doesn't allow your skin to breathe properly. So any ingredients that are actually good in that product can't even be absorbed because of that mineral oil blockage. Now, I've always had dry skin. I use so many creams and lotions and potions to get rid of my dry skin. But ultimately, because it was packed with that mineral oil, the good ingredients weren't even getting in. So I always had dry skin. Now, if you've always had dry skin like myself, or you've always had oily skin, that you're not using the right products. That product should balance your skin to what it should be, basically. So you shouldn't have dry skin for 40 years. You shouldn't have oily skin for 40 years. Like, whatever product you're using now, if you've still got those problems, then you need to switch what you're using and try something different. So, sorry, let me just take a little bit of water. Water, hydration, always helps the skin as well. So I'm going to go for foundation first. Now, I'm just going to show you how to choose the right shade of foundation first of all. So you want 3 colours to try with. So I'm just going to show you how you do it. So you do 3 stripes on your jawline. So 1, 2, and can you see this there? 3. Now I'm going to come close into the camera there. So can you see there that obviously this shade here is too light on my skin. It's just sitting, you can see it really too clearly. This shade at the back has gone almost muddy looking, which again is too dark. Now this shade in the middle, if I was to just rub that slightly, it would blend straight into my colour. This one again would stay too light, and this one again would stay too dark. So it's that one in the middle that we want to go for, okay? So I'm just going to take that off with a little bit of moisturiser again. So that one is Honey Beige that I'm going to use today. So we're prepped and we're primed, and we've chosen our foundation colour. So next thing I'm going to just speak about is tools. So there could be a foundation brush that you use. You could use your fingers. You could use a sponge. There's all different things on the market at the moment that you could use. I have always liked the standard foundation brush. Using your fingers is also perfectly fine, but I do find that you get more of a flawless and even application with your foundation brush. With a sponge, your sponge absorbs a lot of the product, so generally you'll pop it on your sponge to rub it in and you've lost half your product already. So I would always recommend either brush or either fingers. So I'm just going to start applying. So with your foundation, you want to start from the centre and work outwards. Now why you'd start in the centre is because your skin is generally more uneven in the centre than at the edges. So this allows you to not put on too much product either, because really you're just evening out the skin colour. Just pop a little bit more of that on as well. So any redness or anything that you may have will always be in the centre. And then you just obviously blend it outwards and upwards. A lot of people will say, well, why are you not going down my neck or anything, or rubbing it all here, rubbing it all there? You definitely shouldn't need to do that. If you've got the right colour of foundation, there's no way that you need to go anywhere near your neck for that. So, that is more or less done. Now, this foundation is water-based, so it's perfect because it's so light. You don't feel like you have foundation on at all, and that used to be one of my bugbears, like having the feel of foundation, like I feel like you're going to crack. It's awful. And I'm one that actually likes quite good coverage, so to find a foundation that gives me good coverage and doesn't feel like I'm wearing it, doesn't crack, is an absolute bonus. And also, all this makeup has Optiline technology, so there's no flashback in photography. So for any of you who have the slight problem of you put your self-tan on, you go out, you put your makeup on, everything looks really even, you go out, you have photos taken, boom, white face on the camera. I mean, everyone's clueless to why that happens. So generally, it's because of the foundation. The flashback is not correct on that. So you want to find a makeup that has the Optiline technology, because that will just reflect the light, so you won't ever get that white face and brown body. It will be completely even. So another little technique that I do is I do add one shade darker. Now this is just to contour slightly with. So I'm only going one shade up, and I would put that just on my cheekbones there and up there. And again, I would just go a little bit over my nose. You know, it's always nice to feel like you have a little more definition in your cheekbones. So I do that just with a little bit of liquid foundation. But again, just like I say, one shade up. I don't go really drastic. I'm not Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, who does an amazing job, to be fair. But, I mean, it's white and brown and stripy and goodness knows what. So, that is that done. So, I don't know if you can see that. So, all even now. Now, the next thing I would use is concealer. So again, concealer is generally used under your eye areas and on any blemishes or any areas that you want to add that little bit more coverage. With my concealer, I always use my finger because I find it works the best. And also with your concealer, you want to use one shade lighter. So you always want to brighten up under that eye area. So this one I actually have in light. I'm just going to pop that all underneath. Now with my concealer, I actually also go over my eyelid with this as well, because you do find that you have little veins on your lid, and this just covers all of those, which again just brightens your eyes completely up. Like I say, with a new little baby, it can be a little bit tiring, as I'm sure most of you know. If you've got a baby, obviously that is. So, again, as little or as much as you like on this. Generally, it's in the inner corner that has that darkness, so that's where you really want to concentrate on. And the key is just to blend. You know, as long as everything's blended, you're absolutely fine. Okay, so you can see there how much brighter and lighter that eye is compared to this one, which looks like I've had no sleep. So, we'll even that one up. This concealer is just like a compact pressed one, which is brilliant for any areas. And to be honest, sometimes, if I don't have time to even put foundation on, whip my concealer out, put it under my eyes, even a little bit around my nose and my cheeks, and we're good to go. you know, if you're having one of those days. So, a little bit more in that inner corner. Now, with concealer, I hear a lot of people say to me, but it makes my wrinkles look worse. I look really wrinkly. Well, I don't think you do. Personally, I think people can be a little bit paranoid from that area. But I kind of say to people, you know, what would you prefer? Would you prefer fresher, brighter eyes, or to see a tiny little bit of, you know, wrinkles as such? I mean, you've not created the wrinkles at the end of the day. Unfortunately, the wrinkles may have been there, well, will have been there. So all it is that obviously, you know, when you use product around your eyes, you will see it a little bit. It's kind of, you're never going to be able to get away from the fact of that. But I think that having a fresher, brighter eye is so much better because it just makes you look more awake, more alert and ready to go. So what I then do with the concealer is I set it with a little bit of powder. Now this is a white powder. It's translucent, but it looks white in the shade it is. It's a mattifying powder. And what I do is I actually use an eyeshadow brush and I pop this on and I just dust it all around under my eye, and this literally keeps my concealer in place all day. Because I say go on nights out. I used to go on nights out and I'd be in the taxi rank or wherever, and people used to say, how's your makeup stayed on? Mine just slides off, or, you know, I've put it on, half an hour later it's off again. Now, like I said at the beginning, skincare is a huge part to play in that, and priming. Priming makes such a difference. And also just taking that little bit more time just on your base. I actually spend the longest doing my base than my eyes or cheeks or lips or anything, just because that is the one that, if you get that right, then that just stays all day, so you don't need to retouch up at all. So that's all my concealer set into place, and I will just dust that around my nose and anywhere, just to take that slight shine off. Because like I said, this is a mattifying powder. This is my ultimate product. I wouldn't be able to live without this product at all. It does everything. For anyone that gets a shine throughout the day, this is the one you need. It's amazing. So really, that is just your base done. Now, for anyone like myself and likes a little bit more coverage, or if you want to turn your face makeup from day to evening, I use a mineral powder. It's actually a mineral foundation powder. So you can use it by itself and just buff it into your skin, or you can apply it over a liquid foundation as well. Like I say, a girl that likes a bit of coverage like myself, I use both. So, but I do use more when I'm going out, to be fair. Now, just a big brush you want to use on this. And then, first of all, just press it over your skin. Also, the other thing that I was going to mention was, if you use a pressed powder, which is absolutely fine, a pressed powder will work the same. This is like a foundation powder, so it will give you more coverage than a pressed powder. But you can obviously still use a pressed powder. But once you've put your liquid foundation on, with your pressed powder, don't get the powder puff and puff it straight over the top. Because your foundation's slightly damp, when you do that, it all sticks to that, it all goes funny, it all goes patchy, it's a nightmare. So when you first apply your powder, always use a big brush. That's my huge tip of mine. So, again, just dust it. I hope you can all see alright, to be fair. Someone give me a thumbs up if you're there, just to check everything's in working order. This live is a whole new conception, isn't it? So, again, just apply as little or as much as you like. All the way over. And then once you've just dabbed it onto your skin, just buff it round, circular motions. And that'll just give you a good coverage and flawless application finish as well. Okay, hopefully you can see what's going on there. So, the next thing I just want to do is show you the bronzer, not the powder. Like I say, I'm going to do more of these tutorials, so this is really just the base, and then we'll move on gradually throughout the weeks. So with your bronzer, just apply where the sun would naturally catch you, so across your cheekbones. Okay, give yourself a little bit of a contour if you like. And then you'd want to go across your forehead, down the centre of your nose, and a little bit on your chin, because that's where the sun would naturally catch you if it was coming down. This one's got a really nice sheen to it as well, so it does give a little bit of a glisten, which is also a good highlight. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of lip liner and gloss on, because I am a girl that can't be without a lip gloss. So, to be fair, I tend to use a lip liner and a lip gloss more than lipsticks, because I just find they last longer. But again, that's personal preference. Because you can just crane over your lips as well, and that just gives you a lipstick finish at the same time. A little bit of clear gloss. Can't go wrong with clear gloss. Okay. It is funny doing a tutorial without doing eye makeup, because I do look like I've got no eyes, but I will show you that one next time. And I'm just going to do my brows just to finish off. So, amazing brow pencil here. So with this, just get it to the setting that you want, and just fill in those natural. I mean, I am a natural brow girl, so I don't create some incredible creation. I just fill in where my natural brow would be and shape it round. So just fill in, because everyone's brows, unfortunately, well, tends to be, unless it's just my own, does have those gaps in them. So you just want to fill those in. Then on the other end of this one as well, there's a brow brush comb thing. So just comb over after you've put the colour in. And you can see it's not, it's not hugely drastic, but it just defines your eye so much more once you've filled that in. A lot of people that don't do brows are very scared of brows, but I would rather have my brows on than my mascara. It's crazy. Because you can see this one looks all patchy and pathetic now. So I shall fill this one in just to even us up. And if anyone's got any questions, then either comment on here, or you can just inbox me and I shall answer any for you. And again, just brush over with that brow brush. Let's do a little bit more at the front. These come in all different colours as well, so it's great, so you can just get the perfect one for you. Okay, so everyone, I hope you can see everything all right there, what I've done so far. I've not put any blusher on, I've not done any contouring, I've not done any eye makeup, because like I say, I'm going to do those at a later date. But hopefully now you can all go and practice what I've taught you tonight. Like I say, if anyone's got any more questions, I'm just going to do a run through again of what exactly I did, just for anyone that, you know, jumped on at the end or missed any parts. So skincare, number one, absolute priority. Make sure you're using skincare first of all, and using the skincare that's right for your skin type. There's different ones that I particularly use, but generally I stick to this FC5 range because it's really nice and hydrating. It's got my SPF in. It's 5 a day for my skin, which is perfect. But sometimes if it's feeling slightly sensitive, then I do use a calm moisturiser as well, because that's just perfect. It's got no irritating ingredients in, soothing, calming ingredients. Anyone that suffers with eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, anything like that, that's brilliant for as well. And those people, before I forget, who have oily skin and that are scared of an oily moisturiser, or that a moisturiser will make them more oily so they don't use anything, please still moisturise your skin, because it sometimes, you know, you could be overproducing oil, but you can still have dehydrated skin. It could be actually lacking still in water. So you still need that hydrating factor. You don't need, obviously, the oil, but you do need the water back in your skin. So we do an oil absorbing lotion as well, which you can use, which is brilliant, because that, like I say, gives you the hydration back, but it's not an oily, greasy, scary moisturiser for those people that have a fear of moisturising. So I do my skincare first, use my eye cream again, tiny amount, half a pump, on your ring finger, all underneath, up to your lash line and round. Brilliant for puffiness, dark circles, fine lines, wrinkles, anything like that. Don't use your moisturiser all around your eyes, please use separate eye cream. Okay, then we primed the skin. So primed my skin first of all to obviously even the skin tone out, and to, sorry, I've got a comment coming up so I've lost track. So primed the skin, obviously like everything else, priming just makes such a difference to how the rest of your makeup will look. Holds it on for longer and just creates the perfect base. Foundation, so when you want to check which foundation colour you are, I know this may be a little bit difficult depending on where you're buying your foundation from. We do actually sample our foundation, so if anyone wants to try any of the colours that I've used tonight, then just inbox me and I can give you a sample to try. 3 stripes, you want to look for the one that blends in the most. You don't want to be having to rub round your neck with your foundation, it needs to perfectly match. So I applied that all over, starting in the centre and working outwards. I then used a shade darker just on my cheeks and a little bit over my nose, just for a slight contour. Then I used the concealer. So conceal 1 shade lighter, you want your concealer, all underneath your eyes, and I actually use it over my lid as well to just even that area and take away any little lines or anything. Then I set my concealer with a mattifying powder, which is brilliant, just to set it, keep it all in place, take any shine off and just not budge it at all. And I use that on my lid as well, and a little bit of like titivating all around. Then, because I like coverage, I used this one's called Got You Covered Mineral Foundation Powder. Again, this has got SPF in as well, which is brilliant, and so is the liquid foundation. Put that all over the top, but I did, press it onto the skin first and then buff it in afterwards. So that was that, and then a little bit of bronzer just to put some colour back into my cheeks, and then I just touched up with my lip liner and filled my brows in, but those aren't part of really the session today. I just like to do them because I feel like it finishes it a little bit off. So, hope that was useful for you all. Like I say, any questions, inbox me or comment or anything, and I shall get back to you. I hope you enjoyed watching, and thank you very much for plugging in tonight, and I shall speak to you all very soon. Oh, my big finger just got in the way there, sorry guys. Alright, thanks, bye!